that happens to come by that might be somewhat like have an uncle in Capcom or something, we are covering or doing the co-stream for Resident Evil, the Resident Evil Showcase. I believe a lot of people are doing it from what I understand, but hey, we get a chance to do it too, and that sounds awesome, fun, and exciting.
Doesn't make us any less special. Doesn't make us any less special.
It might just a little bit. You might hear a difference in my voice. It's kind of just nerve-wracking, just to even be kind of official. It gives you goosebumps, don't you think, brother?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. With me is my ever-faithful companion and my partner in all things, at least Castlevania related. I probably shouldn't say that, but still, is Connor. I, of course, am Fabi, and along the way, we might have some other commentators appearing to talk about what's going on in Village. And that's going to be like a focus of this stream. We'll be talking a lot about Resident Evil Village, 99% Resident Evil Village, I'm sure. But we'll see how that goes along when we get announcements and the trailers and what's to come. And I'll go in a little bit. I'll go more into that as we get closer for the time.
I'm just chilling out, playing some Smite while we're waiting.
Yeah, my boy. Are you watching the stream at all, Connor?
I don't have it on at the moment. I probably should.
I just wanted you to check to see how like audios and stuff is, see if it's good or not. Because I wanted to just adjust my microphone just in case it needed to be. Because I'm gonna have to do some lowering and raising as I go along for people to join in. I'll go on the Discord because I'm gonna have to raise. In fact, I should probably do that now.
I'm wondering, is my crunching coming in?
Probably. But what else is
it's
new?
crunchy. Oh man, it's been so long since I've been on a stream or a video eating.
Yeah, dude. But it hasn't been so long for that to happen, forever.
I've got some barbecue chips and... Alright, so Mountain Dew has a new flavor
called
Major Melon.
Yeah.
It's watermelon Mountain Dew, and I'm gonna tell you right now, I kind of got tired of Mountain Dew, because I got tired of drinking things that just tasted like,
Yeah.
sugar. But Mountain Dew Melon, this Major Melon is majorly good. Like, I'm a what you call a melon fanboy.
Yeah.
I stan my watermelon. Take that as you will. And pretty fucking tasty.
Let's see. I'm going to the Twitch right now.
Yeah, boy.
Getting that link. Checking things. Yo, it me! It me! Who goes there? Tell me who's watching? I won't know about the audio until the actual video audio until something actually playing, because it's very ambient music right now.
I'm not sure. See, I can, like I said, when I'm not doing the thing, I will pull up the chat and listen to what it sounds like. I died.
But Twitch or YouTube is fine. It's wherever you want to go, man. Whatever comfortable with you.
Who are you talking to? Our chat?
Yeah.
I need to get the chat open. Haha.
Currently, I believe that's the YouTube chat. You can actually go into, I think, if you can log into Restream, you can go into the Restream chat there. There's a web thing. I can send you the link if you want me to. That way you can keep an eye on both chats.
I almost just choked on a potato chip.
You almost just.
You almost just witnessed.
Yeah.
You almost just witnessed my end.
It's all right.
I almost died.
Nah, it was never gonna happen. We're in a Resident Evil stream. We would have just come back anyways. Stronger. Hold on, I'm gonna take a peek too at some things here. Take a peeky peek. 22 minutes. 22 minutes. Oh my god, dude, it's delicious. Whee! Alright, I'm still flipping through. If anybody's watching out there, I'm still flipping through all this stuff just to make sure everything is good here. I'm gonna tune into the stream's audio here since I wasn't able to get that all situated just yet. Just gonna check a look. Pardon the multiple headphone usage, multi-headphone drifting.
Multi-track drifting. Deja vu.
All right. I'll definitely have to look. For one thing, I am gonna lower my microphone volume real quick.
Say, am I coming in a little too loud, or am I good?
You're all right. I can control that myself.
Cool. Let's get Twitch open. I've got a song in my heart, a skip in my step, and an itch in my balls. Oh fuck! I should have said
that. Dude, I mean it's not a kid's stream. But it's whatever. At least it's the pregame. At least no one's really watching.
It's not started yet.
Yeah.
Capcom isn't here yet. All right, I do have the Twitch stream open now, though.
Alrighty, right on. Right on.
Eat my sand clones. Sand clone jutsu.
My soul jutsu. My friendship is magic jutsu.
My soul burns.
If Christopher Walken was a ninja.
My soul burns.
Burns.
For your fire, baby. Well, we're pushed up farther than we have the right being. It's 34 kills to 12. And they're almost 10,000 gold ahead of us. But you know what?
Damn.
Fuck it.
Damn, Gina.
And I'm playing a god I've never played before. So hey, this will be over soon. I'll be ready for the stream.
All right, brother.
Why we haven't surrendered yet? I don't know.
I'm in full listening to the other stream mode real quick.
Yep.
I definitely need to mess with some of my filters sometime, just to make sure.
Got an assist, hell yeah.
I feel like I'm a little too compressed sometimes. Maybe. Just maybe. Leave me alone, Capcom.
Okay, this is about to be over. Why would we surrender now? They're about to win. That just bugs me when it's like, literally this whole time, no one has tried to surrender, and now it's like, okay, they're literally about to win. No, we surrender. We don't give them the satisfaction of victory. It's like, oh, fuck you.
Winner. All right, seems good right now.
Yeah, I am. Like I said, let me.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Here, let me. I'm gonna. Can I?
Man, I didn't know how to kill time for 30 minutes. Like, what's even going on?
Fabi, I've got you muted so that I can just hear the stream.
You got
It's
it.
a little quiet. Like I have to crank the volume up all the way.
Like, are you talking about the game audio or the microphone audio? Or sorry, but the video audio. Because if it's the video audio, that's just because it's ambient music.
Watching the stream. Just watching the stream, us talking is a little quiet. Like I have to crank the volume on Twitch up all the way to like hear us at a reasonable level.
I don't know. For me, I can hear it at like 40 or 50.
I'm gonna unmute myself so I can hear you normally again. Yeah, it just seems a little quiet. Like my buddy Yamita has the same problem when he streams on Twitch. He just comes in really quietly. I just don't want us to get drowned out by the video.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, like, if you're quiet, the video will be quieter than you. Yeah.
Also true.
True. But I don't know. It's person to person. Like, it's coming through fine on here, it seems. So I'll have to mess with it as we get closer to it. Because I'm sure in, like, the last couple minutes, I'm sure they'll play something or other that'll make it go. And I'll be like, whoa.
I'm opening up both streams.
Yeah,
oh, Will! Will is over in YouTube. Yay.
Hooray.
All right. Let me go to Facebook.
Facebook. Yum, yum, yum. Chocolate chip, honey dip. A living, breathing village. Excitement. Adventure.
Excitement. Adventure.
Help. Atlanta. The anticipation is shilling me.
It's shilling you?
Oh yes, it's shilling me. You know, when you're shilled. Shilling. To and fro. To shill or not to shill. Come on, man. This is first grade stuff.
Okay, sorry. I was kind of half paying attention. I needed to make sure that I got everything streamed or shared.
Shared. Yeah, I sent out some feelers to places to make sure they could be in when they wanted to be in.
Delicious. All right, so I have only seen like so many things about Resident Evil 8. I know it's going to be in a village. Ha ha. I know that like Chris is a bad guy now.
We don't know. From the trailer, it shows him doing some questionable things, but we don't know if he's bad or what's going on. Like, he just all of a sudden is just a rude dude with an attitude.
A rude dude with a big tude. Well, I am excited to see whatever they tell us, and I am also excited to see Mommy Vampire please sit on me.
Yo.
And that is my one joke for the afternoon.
Yo.
This may not be a kid's stream, but
yo.
we're not gonna make it that weird. What?
I mean, that trailer, though, she was like all over, I'm pretty sure, someone's arm or something. I'm not sure what was going on. To be fair, I didn't really watch the teaser. I kind of did when I was going through the stuff last night for this, but in the actual teaser, like, I was just like flipping through some images. Like, the background image for this is from the trailer. It's the mansion. Like, it flashes across the screen for like a split second. I was like, cool. Resident Evil mansions makes sense. Let it make it the background. But but like the whole vampire lady, I was like, all right, cool. She's really tall. She likes to suck blood. Okay.
Yes, you do.
And I'm just like, I saw like a glimpse of a hand. There was perhaps some sucking of the blood. I really don't know, man.
I mean, what is a man?
Yo, dude, she do like that blood sucking. What is a man?
I mean, she do.
No. What is a man?
I mean, from past research and past experience, I believe we'd say that a man is a miserable pile of secrets.
Yeah.
That is just what the studies show, though. It can't confirm anything for sure without further research.
Studies show upon further research, though, that Resident Evil is also full of secrets. They're not miserable, though. They're the greatest secrets known to mankind.
I mean, some of them are like emotionally, and when you think about them from a real world context, some of them are pretty miserable. Like the things that happen to the people in these games, the things that happen to Resident Evil characters is pretty fucking miserable. Like, I wouldn't want to be these people. That's not true. I'd want to be Leon Kennedy just because I would love to be that cool.
Man, like, but no Leon, do you know Leon's backstory?
I mean, I know that the Raccoon City incident was on his first day on the job.
Yo, we're talking about sucking blood. You don't make it a weird place. And I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't say once anything at all. We never once mentioned anything about bros or namis or commies or anything like that. All right, you get your head out of the gutter, mister. All right. Thanks for your input, though.
Thanks, thanks, homie. I know who that is, but thank you. I'm a Mia.
Yo, Mama Mia. Here I go again.
I knew. I'm sorry. I love you. I can never pronounce your name because I am a terrible, awful weeb, and I'm sorry.
I am a terrible, awful person. Sorry. So back. Let's rewind a bit. Let's get back to Resident. So do you know Leon's story? Because I don't think you'd want to be him if you knew what happens from the whole Resident Evil 2 incident all the way through to, like, I don't know, Vendetta.
I mean, I don't know. Does he get like the clap or something?
I mean, that dude gets like the serious cases of he tries to kill himself.
Wow, that got dark.
Oh yeah, he gets PTSD. He becomes an alcoholic. That dude hates everything. He becomes a rad dad, not an actual dad, but like he's rad. But like that dude has, and somehow his story's always in with some sort of like uppy, action. Like there's hope. There's things are gonna happen. And then it
Ed in
just
the chat is saying that none of that happens.
no, it doesn't happen in the games, but this is actually in his story. It's brought up in like files and history and stuff like when it talks about histories, like stuff that happens with Leon. I think it might be even in some of the novelizations, if you want to even consider those, or in some of like the side or the
count as canon
works. What? Yes, some of them do. Like the original canon. This is true. The original canon for Resident Evil 2 for Leon. Why he was late to Raccoon City on his first day was that he went on a drunken bender because he broke up with his girlfriend, and that was real. That was actually the canonical reason given by the developers as why he was late. It was in
Leon.
These are things that are written in like art books and like the history of this, or like something else, like where that the kind of compilations that developers put together. It doesn't happen in games, but it happens in official material. There's even like manga or graphic novels that are considered canon.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yep.
Oh, hey, Fabi, do we have time to make me a mod in the Twitch chat? I realized we hadn't done that yet.
I think so.
We don't have to, but...
All right, let me see. Yeah, let me check. Let me get to the... You're in the chat, right?
Yeah, I'm Sid the Dark Angel.
I accidentally put 2 eyes.
The Dark Angel.
No, in the chat. Hold on. Are you serious? Like the actual, it's in the wiki. I'm pretty sure, because that's where I got it originally. Like they don't cover it a whole bunch, but
oh, there it is.
Like it's brought up. Like I was about to say, I'm like, are you serious? Like, because I'm not making that up. Like I actually read that stuff.
Wait. Oh, are you still working on the thing for me?
Yeah, I'm getting it. Mod. You are now a moderator.
Let's go to Mod View.
My boy. Hooray for Hasselhoff.
Haha. Hasile Hufa. Oh.
Yes, the drunk bender one was. Now that I can probably say that might be an Americanized thing. I don't really think so, because Resident Evil takes place in the Midwest. Like there's some weird things, and there's things that are just completely retconned. That's the thing about deep lore about Resident Evil. It's retconned. There's just like weird things that happen, like Resident Evil Gaiden. Does it happen? Does it not happen? No one knows. No one really knows if it's canon, loose canon, or anything like that.
When a fiction of any kind has been around this long, like stuff just starts to like stumble over each other, and eventually you're gonna get some contradictions, and someone's gonna have to be like,
but yeah,
no, that's not right.
But the actual thing in the wiki about Leon like being suicidal, or like it's just like a brief blurb. Like it's just said there, it's like he contemplated this. Like he's sad, like he's depressed, he has PTSD of like all the incidents he's done. Like it's just like little things that are talked about.
Now that you could almost even say without having to like have it said officially, like of course someone's gonna have fucking PTSD from all the shit Leon's been through. He has literally been through a zombie outbreak, having to rescue the president's daughter,
multiple zombie outbreaks. Yes, he's been through some stuff. He's taken down several G formations. He's taken on the world, dude. Like there's so much stuff that's happening in Resident Evil. Leon's the man.
I wouldn't be surprised if he had a period of time where he were self-medicating, if you know what I mean. Alcoholism.
Yeah. Yeah,
That
pretty
got
much.
dark.
Yeah. I mean, Resident Evil is a dark series if you look at the undertones.
It is an extremely dark series. It is. It's
I mean, you
not
got to
my
think about this,
killer.
and this is going to get really weird really fast. I'm not going to say like it in detail since we're streaming something official, but it just remember this. William Birkin, Sherry Birkin, remember what happens in Resident Evil 2. It gets that dark. Like, that's
fair.
gross. Ugh. Anyway, Chris or Leon? It's a draw because obviously they would draw guns on each other, and then Leon in close quarters would take out his knife and be like, "You should carry a knife." Haha, a la Ada in Resident Evil 4. What's up? That's right. Leon's the best. Unfortunately, Leon's not in Resident Evil Village, guys. So, what we really want to talk about is Chris Redfield. What's going on? What's going on with that Chris boy in the Resident Evil Village? We're about to start, so we're gonna have to reel in our discussions. We gotta be full on Resident Evil aiding it right now.
Oh, hold on, I've got to.
I just realized I don't even have my thing plugged into my TV. I just whatever. Yo, that's what I'm curious about, because there's gonna be some things about that. And I'll say this in like the 50 seconds that I have. 47 seconds that I have. The whole Chris betrayal thing, that's gonna sit sour with me. With however they're pursuing that'll sit sour with me, mostly because that's just not a Chris thing. Like, I don't care how you write it, I don't care how you go about it. If you turn Chris into a bad guy, it just makes no sense. His character just was not built that way, and you can't just go he's just bad guy.
You either die a hero or you live long enough for the creators to make you a villain.
Well, I know, and like I said, whatever happens, oh my god, it's gonna start. Let's go. Shh, everybody. Oh, it's a trailer. Shh, it's a trailer.
Oh man, it's a house.
The Resident Evil Showcase. Showdown.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining us today, and welcome to our Resident Evil Showcase. I'm your
Bobby, the
host,
video
Brittany
is not on
Brombacher,
screen.
here to give
Is it
you
not?
a closer look into what Capcom has coming up for the Resident
Oh,
Evil
let me-
franchise. We'll be kicking things off with some
What
brand
the-
new content and
What the-
an
let me
exclusive
see.
first look at Resident Evil Village gameplay that you do not want to miss. So without further ado, let's get started.
Working on my end.
It just took a minute for me to catch up.
Oh, you rat.
Hey now, think positively, all right? We talked about this.
Yo, we're having a baby.
I know. It'd be hard to talk about anything else.
Not again.
Oh, shh.
heralds danger. The bell tolls for us all. They're coming again.
Dude, what's going on?
Mother Miranda, I regret to inform you that Ethan Winters has escaped that fool Heisenberg. Because he is in my castle and has already proven too much for my daughters to handle. When I find him... No, Mother Miranda. Yes, of course, I understand the importance of the ceremony. I won't let you down.
Can someone please tell me what the hell is going on here?
That-
The place is full of nothing but blood and death.
Hold on, let me check it again.
spooky house, spooky people.
All right, I'm just gonna have to watch it. I'm just gonna have to watch it through my OBS, because when I'm not in OBS, it seems to do just fine. Or when I'm in the OBS, it seems just fine.
Well, Ethan Winters.
Oh God.
There you
Flies.
Tall vampire mama.
The baby.
Yo, okay, so far what we got is vampires, possibly, I don't know, not vampires. All right, okay. This is taking a tune for spook.
Let's see what you're really made of. Ethan Winters.
Oh, what's going on?
Alright.
Yo, dude, that face, that's the face of a man who's about to drink something nice and he's gonna get taken by that the face
That
app,
was amazing,
the smile
but
app.
I still have so many questions. Like, when can I pre-order this thing? Perhaps producer Pete Fabiano has some
Don't
answers
we
for
all?
us.
Yo,
Let's
me?
see what he has
I'm the
to say.
producer? Nice.
Hey everyone, I'm Pete
Oh,
Fabiano.
cool. A tiny
producer
screen
of
inside of a
Resident
tiny
Evil.
screen.
When we first announced Resident Evil Village back in June, we only mentioned PlayStation 5,
Oh, you guys were
Xbox
ahead
Series
of me.
X, and
Crap.
PC. I'm happy to announce
Switch?
we're
there you
working
go.
hard to bring the survival horror experience
Pete
onto
Fabiano.
current generation consoles as
Oh,
well.
never mind.
Resident Evil Village will also be coming to PlayStation 4 and Xbox
Switch?
One day and date with next gen. The PS4 version can be upgraded for free to the digital PS5 version, and the Xbox One version gives you free access to the game on Xbox Series X through Smart Delivery. It's also my pleasure to tell you exactly when you can get your hands on the game. Resident Evil Village will be available worldwide
King
on
Vol'jin,
May
I think
7th,
it's always safe to say
2020,
that there's always a little
with kicking
overlap
off today.
on generations.
Yeah.
Alongside the standard edition, we have a few other options for the game. First, we have the Digital Deluxe Edition, available on all platforms. Players will be able to heighten their survival horror experience with extra content, including in-game items that call back to
doing the max
Resident Evil 7
difficulty.
Biohazard.
We're probably like
There's
still
also a
on
collector's
Oh.
edition for consoles that includes all the deluxe edition content, as well as a striking figure of Chris Redfield, a steelbook case,
That looks pretty
poster,
rad.
and art book. And for those of you who haven't played the previous
I don't
we have
I
the
don't,
Resident Evil Village
put up
and
with bots.
Resident Evil 7
I don't put up with bots.
Biohazard bundle.
My
This
man.
lets you get your hands on the award-winning RE7 while you wait for Resident Evil Village. Pre-order any of these editions, and you'll be able to get your hands
Yo,
on
it's that
both
Mr.
the Mr. Raccoon
Master
weapon
Raccoon,
accessory
yeah.
and their survival resource pack, which will offer additional support during the first few hours of gameplay.
I'm all good.
Finally,
Just give me
digital
Madhouse
pre-order
mode. I'm
on the
ready.
PlayStation Store.
Madhouse mode part 2.
Exclusive Resident Evil Village mini soundtrack.
I'm just saying, the raccoon gave me all the emotional support I needed.
All right, I've been waiting for this. I know you've been waiting for this. It's time for the world premiere first look at Resident Evil Village
we've all
gameplay.
been waiting for this.
Alongside this first look, we have Pete Fabiano back to offer some insights as well. Let's take a look.
Oh yeah, I'm very interested in seeing this stuff. I'm sure it'll look good on the Xbox, the Xbox
Now we're
One
here to give you an
X,
exclusive
whatever, the
first look
Xbox Series X
at
and the
Resident
PlayStation
Evil
5.
Village gameplay.
But I'm interested to see how this game plays.
Just like in Resident Evil 7 Biohazard,
It's
you're
first
taking
person.
control
Game.
of Ethan Winters. You'll make your way from the village to the castle.
Ethan sounds
Players will
better
need to
in this
get
game.
and search for
Is
their
it the same
kidnapped
voice
daughter.
actor?
Yes.
As you've noticed
good.
by now, Resident Evil Village keeps the first-person perspective. We think it really draws players into the detailed world we've created.
Yeah, I don't think. I think they're gonna need a good reason to go back to the third person.
There's a very good reason.
I mean, it's not that like it wouldn't work, but it
Ah.
works so well in 7.
I'll tell you later. All right, there's a very good reason. I'll tell you later.
All right.
The team put a ton of effort into creating a truly authentic feel.
This is looking pretty standard.
From art
We're gonna
design
walk
to
around a
technology,
level and show off
everything ties in
graphics.
great and creates some beautiful visuals.
So, are we back in like the castle from Beauty and the Beast? I'm gonna see like some evil vampire
Now it's time to
candleheads
meet some
pop
of
out.
the castle denizens. As you'd expect, a warm welcome's not really what's in store for Ethan.
Oh my god, dude!
That's a pretty warm welcome. Oh, dude! That dude in his leg.
Oh Oh boy, how many limbs is he gonna lose in this installment?
And how is he gonna grow them back?
Now, let's take a look at him. Well.
She's not tall.
Go.
She's
Oh,
just at
vampire
a different
mommy.
perspective.
Games, did you? Let's see how special you
Oh man, this is gonna sprout so much stuff.
Shifting gears a bit, we're
Hashtag
finally going to
step
show
on me,
off some
mommy.
combat.
Show me the gun.
It's not just about
Show
shooting.
me the gun.
Guarding will also be an important part of the game.
Guarding? Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, that's back. All right. Dude, kicking against a counter? All right. I'm ready.
Ooh.
Each type
All
of
right,
enemy
but
has
do I
their
get
own
to
distinct way of
roundhouse kick
fighting,
someone
so you'll need to change up your strategy
and
to
throw them
defeat
like 10 feet away?
Oh, I'm
Everyone
ready
knows
to.
what to do with red barrels, right?
Big hammer man.
Hold on.
Remember a
Shooting
similar
red
match
barrels.
The
is the
attaché
most-
case.
Now that's
This
a
time
that's a
around, we've added
fucking
crafting,
innovation.
which allows you to create items such as first aid and ammo.
Oh.
Here, just give me a second to pop open my
There's
attaché
also an
case.
assortment of weapons to find and
Attaché.
utilize throughout the game.
Dude, look at that, dude. This dude's become an expert. What is going on with that rifle?
I mean, I think that's nice.
Use the PSG-1 sniper.
Mr. Winter.
Yo!
How do you know my
We
name?
got a merchant.
Whoa.
Anyone has heard of the likes of
What are you buying?
The merchant makes a return. This time he's known as the Duke. You'll be going to him to
What,
buy
did
and
he-
sell weapons. amongst
Did he
other
eat
things.
all of not Spain in Resident Evil 4? Is that why he looks that
The
way?
director wanted to give
Did
him
he
a
eat
unique
every
look,
other
and
merchant?
You'll often find him
Goddamn.
in different situations.
This
Each
is
time
the
you encounter him.
culmination of all merchants.
He's an interesting fella.
Yo, you've got the right of it. Hell yeah, dude.
Smash away with your trusty knife. There's plenty of items to find in your trap.
You give me my trusty fist, a la Joe, and I'll be all over this.
Ah, yes, the other staple of Resident Evil,
Wait.
breaking things.
Did you hear that? And we've also got extra objectives outside of the main ones.
We've got sewer levels, everyone's favorite.
Of
Wait.
course, it goes without saying that there'll be plenty of puzzles to solve for players to move forward. Oh, and plenty of surprises to keep you on your toes.
No, don't show them to me.
That's like a death trap. So actual staple of the series, the puzzles.
Good.
That's
I haven't cut open a man in a while.
Yo,
Let me
baby
see
girl.
you Slice your jugular and just watch.
What voice actor sounds-
Yo, I'm all for the roughhousing, but goddamn.
Well, that's one way to end the video.
That's one way to end your
Now that we've
life.
shown you what's in store for Resident Evil Village, let's take a look at the exclusive PlayStation 5 demo.
Let's watch this version of the game.
Ooh, we get to see the PlayStation 5 footage.
Wait, is this an actual demo?
could be.
For this
Maiden.
demo,
Be cool. For
players
I remember the
won't be playing
PS4
as
demo of Resident Evil
There's a
7. I
character
played the hell out of
referred
that.
to as the Maiden. Unlike the actual game, this experience doesn't feature combat or even blocking.
It's just a visual experience where you walk around.
We're hoping to have players get a real feel for the visuals and audio
All
as
right,
they
what
take the Maiden on her journey to
All
find
right.
a way out of the castle. And
Oh,
to
you
download
play as
the
her.
exclusive demo on
Today.
PlayStation 5 today.
Yo! Too bad
We
I'm
want as
poor.
many people as possible to get a
Whoa,
chance to
PlayStation 5 demo
So we'll have a
available.
separate new
Yo,
demo available
5
on
kg is
all
poor.
platforms, ready sometime this week.
None of us have the money. The
I was like,
bees.
Jeremy, can I borrow your PlayStation 5 for like
With the very first game
Ever?
releasing in Japan back on March 22nd, 1996. Since then, the series has expanded well
Oh,
beyond
hey,
the realm
speaking
of
of
video
bees,
games.
hi Josh,
From
welcome to the
toys
stream.
and board games,
Welcome.
to CG movies, to live-action Hollywood films, Resident Evil has become a cultural icon. Resident Evil continues to offer surprises around every corner, so let's pass it along to producer Tsuyoshi Kanda to hear more about what you can expect in 2021.
Yes, give me more Resident Evil.
Earlier this month, we started
Provide
inviting
content.
players to join
Yo.
the beta test.
Welcome.
The test won't happen until
Dispense
later next
content
week.
now.
But I want to use this chance to reveal more details. With the 25th anniversary of Resident Evil coming on March 22nd, we are excited to celebrate this milestone with our fans. Last September, we showed off a piece of key art showcasing some of Resident Evil's iconic characters to start the celebration.
Yes.
Now,
Give me
I'm
something
happy
good.
to announce what was behind that. Let's take a look.
RE1 remake?
Let's go! Yo!
What is this?
Yo!
Oh shit!
Yo, what is this? Yo, what is it? What's going on? Wait, what? Oh, yo, wait a minute. Is this a
Are we
battle
doing a
royale that I can get behind? Because I'm ready. Is this Extreme Battle 2?
God. Oh my god, it's a fucking multiplayer.
Honk!
Oh shit.
No, it's Jack Baker!
Yeah, I'll play as the fucking tyrant.
Oh
Arrowverse
shit!
is one of the
Okay.
ways we're celebrating the 25th anniversary of the franchise, showcasing
Oh,
so
Rift,
many
you bring
of
up a
the
really good
characters
point.
Do that rolling.
that fans love.
RE is on sale
It'll
on
be
Steam.
available
Blonde
for
Claire.
free to
If,
anyone who
if you're
purchases
wanting to catch up on
Resident
the
Evil
series
Village.
before
So be sure to
8 comes
follow the
out, you also
Resident
go
Evil
to
social
go to
channels for the
Steam and
latest news.
purchase the games.
You can just play as Nemesis.
And
What is
check
this
out the
game?
official website
I just
to
said,
find
yeah.
more details.
Oh my god, is the Welcome to the Family like an execution?
That'd be amazing. Welcome to the family,
On
son.
behalf of Massive Entertainment and Ubisoft, congratulations
Welcome
to
to
the
the
Resident
family,
Evil
son.
team on their 25th anniversary. We can't wait to get our hands on our reverse. For the occasion, we are bringing a celebration to our game, Tom Clancy's The Division 2. For a limited time, you will be able to collect some of the iconic outfits and items from the original Resident Evil trilogy.
Alright.
Everyone that logs in during the event will get Leon Kennedy's Raccoon Police Department outfit as a warm-up. Now let's have a look at some of these.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay. I actually know people that play this game.
Yeah, we get to go to Raccoon City in a whole other game.
Again?
Now, please reveal to us your crossover with Rise when Rise hasn't even come out. What? We get to go to a city and just climb the walls and free run? Oh my god!
Yo, my man Hunk. There he is.
Hunk? Hank?
My boy, the hunk.
Resident Evil Infinite Darkness, the show?
皆様こんにちは。バイオハザードの映
I have no idea what that says. I'm too far away from like. I'm too far away.
Should we get another
昨年
DVD?
発表しましたフル 3D
No, it's a series on Netflix.
バイオハザードインフィニットダークネスについてお話したいと思います。ゲームでおなじみ
I mean, I'd
の
watch
レ
it.
オンとクレアが活躍する物語。
Oh yeah, I'm gonna check it out. I like the movies. I think they're good.
Oh, yeah, the
Vendetta is hilariously fun.
Oh my god, Vendetta, like that whole scene where Leon and Chris are just like,
That
"Alright,
whole
we're going
scene,
now."
that whole movie, dude.
But when is it releasing?
Wow, a lot's been happening,
then
and I hope you enjoyed watching. But if
Rebecca
you missed
giving you the
anything
thumbs
along
up.
the
Watch
way,
that shit.
don't worry. Keep an eye on the
Yeah.
Resident Evil social channels and official website, which will be sharing everything from today's show. As a quick reminder, Resident Evil Village is available for pre-order starting today for the PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox Series X, Xbox One, and Steam for PC. And don't forget, PlayStation 5 owners get a sneak peek through downloadable content available worldwide starting today. It has been an absolute honor to celebrate the amazing Resident Evil leading up to its 25th anniversary with all
Oh my
of you across
god!
the globe.
That
I'm your
Mr.
host, Brittany
X!
Brombacher, and thank you so much for
I
watching.
know,
Until next time.
I'm almost more interested in that multiplayer game.
It looks nice. Just a little shoot 'em up, a little bit of zany characters. Hunk,
Yeah.
Jack Baker, Mr. X.
Damn. All
All
right.
right.
I think
Well,
that's
that
it.
was.
I thought it might have been longer. I thought they were gonna go and like kind of just like show off gameplay. I thought they were gonna go like more in depth on like a section or something.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping for something a little bit meatier. we've been spoiled by like Nintendo Directs and stuff on getting a whole bunch of stuff, but what they showed, like, it kind of makes me wonder, like, I don't know, did they put it's open for pre-order. I may just be blind as a MF, or did I miss a release date?
Yes, it was May 7th, I believe. Which I figured it was going to be around that time, because I figured it was going to be around the same time as Resident Evil 3 was. And Resident Evil 2, I believe, too.
Makes sense.
Yo,
so,
dude.
yeah, I am. I mean, I was sold on 8 from the moment they showed it off, but I'm still just as sold. Like, and Fabi, you brought up a good point. I made a comment of like, oh well, they won't go back to the third person. I'm a moron. They already have. Yeah, they've remade several games.
It's not that. It's that first person. And this is the end of the stream. So Capcom, if you hear this, this is just an honest critique. Because I love the series and I've loved it. So if you see this or hear this, I don't know. It was such a short, so it was kind of almost invalidated, it seems. But it doesn't work forever with Resident Evil. Resident Evil is not a first-person horror game. It isn't. It just is not that. The first quarter up through the Papa Baker fight in Resident Evil 7 was good. Like, I enjoy all the way through that game. From that point onwards, it is a decline. Like, I still enjoy the game. I think it's a decent game, but it isn't, to me, what it could have been. Like, it could have been more of what Papa Baker has to offer. Like, and it's somewhat is in the Margaret section, but as you go through the Margaret section and as you go past that, it just starts going and kind of regressing into the action drama oriented Resident Evil that Resident Evil has kind of become.
But is that a result? And I don't at all disagree with.
And sorry, I kind of went off there, but no, on the whole first person thing it's that style is not as, it doesn't make you as vulnerable as third person does. Imagine like actual Resident Evil, like the old isometric or however you want to call it, camera angles. It's still third person, but imagine how restricted you were. Imagine how vulnerable you felt when you played that game. Like, imagine going through that and just having that anxiety. It's not as severe in the first person angle. Like, it's
I disagree, though. I kind of disagree, because in third person, even when the camera is restricted, you're still like seeing from the first person view. I think is even more restrictive.
I do kind of second.
No, not this. It's not about the vision. Now think about it this way.
Sorry, Manny, you're a little late, bud. It was
when
only
you're
like
in third person. Yeah, it was. I thought it was gonna be more. When you're in third person, in terms of like the old Resident Evil, it doesn't have to be like that. Now the third person of like Resident Evil 4, that changes up. That makes it more. It's a mix. Resident Evil 4 is acclaimed because it's a mix of old style and this new style. That's why people herald it as like one of the greatest Resident Evil, some just the greatest Resident Evil, because it mixed it. It mixed it with a classic character, with some classic horror, but this new, more modern kind of leap. You know, and while Resident Evil 7 tried something and it worked for Resident Evil 7. Like, it was a neat thing they did. Like, it was a neat thing that it did. I saw that. I was like, Resident Evil 4 is amazing.
Hard disagree.
Yeah,
with you there,
but think about it.
This is obviously all a matter of opinion. This is personal.
Yeah.
Taste.
When I say restricted, I mean you're not as vulnerable in first person, because like you have more audio cues. Like in first person, they immerse you as that camera, right? Like they immerse you because you're first person. You're in the terms of Resident Evil 7, you're supposed to be Ethan. Ethan has less character because of that. So you're getting immersed. You're getting all the cues that you need. You're getting the audio. You're getting the visionary. If you had smell-o-vision, you'd probably smell what the Baker's house looks like. So you're getting more and more cues than you would normally. Like, and you're not as fearful.
You smell with your eyes.
If you're not as fearful of stuff. But when you take it to the third person, at least in the style of the old Resident Evils, the movement was clunky. You couldn't just dodge, you couldn't just speed, you couldn't block, you had very limited movement options. That's one of the restricted things. It restricted that ability, which is a movement.
And actually, somebody in the YouTube chat, Andrew Summers in our YouTube chat, brought that up, and that is a solid fact. I mean, that it's one of the reasons why
Andrew
the old
Summers
games were so nerve-wracking, because those tank controls do absolutely add a layer of anxiety because your movement is restricted. And I totally get where you're coming from. I never claimed 4 was a masterpiece. I just do not think 6 is better than 4.
Oh, 6 is not better than 4. 6 is fun. A lot of Resident Evil games are fun, but yeah.
And the third person provides a lot. The controls were rough, which added to the anxiety. And when you have that third person camera, you 100% control what the player sees. Meaning you have you can tell a much more cinematic story by holding those angles. But the again, controlling what the person sees. It's like a director making a film. You control what the viewer is a part of. So that I'm just kind of rambling at this point.
It's all right.
That's fine.
I think first person, and again, personal opinion, I don't think first person is less scary. I think it's scary in a different way.
It is scary in a different way. Like, all the perspectives, it can be scary in their own ways. It's just that when you really look at it, when you really compare them, there's more options in these other ways. Like, if you have VR, like the VR first person perspective, that adds a whole layer of immersion, and that's in itself, its own thing. Now, when you're playing first person just naturally versus natural third person, like even in Resident Evil 2, even a modern to modern comparison without the old Resident Evil, even Resident Evil 2 remake had more fear and anxiety in me because you were still, you still didn't have as much sensory cues that you do in first person, so you don't have as much information that it provides
I think I'm starting to get what you mean there, because it's like when you have sensory cues, as somewhat scary as it can be, it gives you information. The more information you have, the more you feel that you can work with. Whereas like in Resident Evil 2, it's like you don't always get those kinds of cues, so you're always kind of like guessing half the time. So when you're guessing and you're not sure, that's when it can get you like right there and then.
Yeah.
Or am I getting it wrong?
Well, no, it's a matter of thing. Like, you could talk about jump scares, you could talk about things like the best thing, and this is just a memory. And Maddie, by the way, that was so short. Like, they said at the end of the stream, as long as at the end of the stream, like not during the stream or something like that, that's in the guidelines somewhere. But
I true.
Perspective. Yeah,
there are three different conversations about the game happening right now.
It's what can I say? It's that's Resident Evil sometimes. There's just a shitload of stuff to it.
It's true. So Fabi, my question for you is, if they go back to the third person, do you want them to do like the more modern Resident Evil third persons, like with the remakes, or would you want to kind of go back to that fixed camera angle?
The honest truth about that is that I like the camera angles. I agree that they're clunky. The thing about camera angles though is it's an art that can be mastered or at least fixed up. Like I love going back to like the Resident Evil remaster. Not Resident Evil 0, dude. never again on Resident Evil 0. But
Manny is very right. We need to be careful. We're spitting some hot
I know. It's over though. Like, and I said this like long after it's over, dude. It's been like 5-10 minutes now at this point. If anybody's still watching this and from Capcom, I'm so sorry, dude. But like, I'm sorry.
They wanted us to discuss the evolution of the series, and the camera angles have always been a big part of Resident Evil.
Oh, and
so discussing that is really talking about how the series has grown and changed, and going to the first person was very much an attempt to try something different.
Yes.
And work in the current meta of what horror games were like.
Yes.
And it was very refreshing. Like, it was different. I mean, when they revealed that Resident Evil 7 was going to be first person, it was like, whoa! first-person Resident Evil? Well, you had my curiosity. Now you've got my attention.
I just one thing, because it was brought up that I don't know if you were talking about what we were talking about isn't perspective. In perspective, like saying just the perspective in the conversation, like first person versus third person, like just the perspective, there's nothing you can really compare, because you're comparing a perspective of first person and you're comparing a perspective of third person just by that, by visual perspective. When you are designing in that perspective, there's a lot of things that go with just that. It's not just visual, in like I'm looking like this in first person, or I'm looking at this in third person, or from behind you. The perspective changes so much of what's going on because you're controlling it in a specific way.
It's true. Kind of bringing us back just to Resident Evil 8 though, just because we probably should,
Do Resident Evil 8. I am intrigued. 8, yes.
I am very intrigued. I'm wondering. Okay, so the chicks who turn into like the bats, obviously.
Hold on, were they bats or flies?
I couldn't tell.
They're vampire. They're fruit flies, vampire flies, vampire bats. I don't know, man. Dude, those references we were making before the stream, though, Connor, my man, my man,
my man.
We were dead on. Like, dude, this is like this is.
Step on me, vampire mommy.
Oh God, Jesus. I don't know. I think like the longer I keep this going, for a little bit more, the more people might come by and I can send it. Because I have to. After this, I get an email from whoever sent me the first email that tells me to give them like the view numbers. After I give them the view numbers, I don't even know if they'd ever want to do that because, it wasn't that long. So not a lot of people were going to watch from here. Plus, like, hundreds of other people were doing this, too.
Right. It's like, yeah.
I don't know, Ed, if we'll ever get another Capcom.
I'm not sure if they'll actually watch this. I'm sure there's worse things. Like during the actual, because it does say in the thing at the end, like as long as it's afterwards, just don't worry about it. But like during the stream, we followed the rules. I swear. During the actual talking about it, we followed the rules.
I only made one step on me, vampire mommy.
And that's not even breaking the rules. That's a part of the Resident Evil 8.
Killscreen in the Twitch chat does ask a really good question. Do we think that any lore or world building questions will be answered in Resident Evil 8? I mean,
wait, I need a clarification. Like, what does that mean?
I mean,
like in terms of the universe, like the actual world building, or like
because we are like they have confirmed like this is all in canon. This is not a new universe like in connection to previous titles. I'm hoping so, and that's where I like. 7 and 8 are supposed to be connected to the rest of the series, so I absolutely hope so. I hope they don't just drop us in and go, figure it out.
Oh, one thing about that, 7, they are connected. Like they're in the universe. They're in universe. There is connection. I believe. I could be wrong. Capcom, I believe, and I'll answer your question in a second because yes, Manny, and it's interesting, but for Resident Evil 7, 8, the world building, the connection, they said that the reason, like, what is it? Resident Evil 7 takes place 5 years, I think, after Resident Evil 6. And they've said that.
And to answer your question, Manny, sorry. Yes, they did show a brief announcement for the multiplayer.
Oh, yeah. That's why I said yes to him. But the actual game takes place and they said, I believe in an interview, that they did it that way because while it's connected, they wanted to distance themselves and kind of just make this as go its own, disconnected a little bit from that. While it's in the universe, it's disconnected from the rest of the series, so you didn't have to know what's going on. So you didn't have to be familiar with the rest of the game. And like that's kind of my guess why they approached Redfield, Redfield, and it was kind of like a nod at the fans and Manny, who was just like, and now in Resident Evil 8, Chris Redfield, all of a sudden he's just this like he was supposed to be this big hero, and he's he's this legendary god amongst men, is now doing bad things. He's busting up the place and breaking into people's houses and wrecking up the place. Like, it's what's going on?
He's not a nice guy anymore. What happened to the good old Chris?
Why is he a villain? Why
are you like this, Chris?
Why are you running?
It doesn't ruin it, and it doesn't exactly ruin it, because I wish I could make a reference that made sense. That was a general reference, or a form of reference to the situation. But putting in Chris, like putting it when you disconnect something, it's like, do you actually need to know this? When you're playing Resident Evil 7, do you actually need to know what happens at the end of Resident Evil? What happens at the end of Resident Evil 7? Like, who Redfield is? Do you actually need to know going into the DLC? That's really the question you got to answer: is do you have to know that? Like, do you feel disjointed not knowing who that is when you do that? If you do, then yeah, it probably ruins it. But if it's all of a sudden you're just like, oh, Redfield, oh, he's this guy, he's this soldier, then you're like, okay, yeah, then they've disconnected it. It's still in universe, it still has its threads, but it is disconnected to an extent. Like, it doesn't have all these characters. It has multiple references, but not a whole bunch of characters.
And I think it kind of like it walks this
exactly, Drew, exactly.
Alternate 1985 Raccoon City. Hold on.
I know you need to know all these things, but that's what I'm saying is, because I'm speaking from a general, like, you know, a person going into the game kind of thing. Like, if you really love the lore, I 100% understand that you want to know that. You want to know what's going on. I do too. And I brought that up at the top of the stream with Resident Evil 8. Like, what's going on with Chris? Why is he doing this? What's gonna happen? Like, that feels like me, and I said this at the top, like I said, that feels like a betrayal, because, you know, Chris isn't like this. And while they did that whole fallen-ish hero thing with Resident Evil 6, he didn't go so far as to be this almost villain, it seems. So that's like a betrayal to the actual writing of the character altogether, and that hurts. That hurts.
To answer the general question that Killscreen first asked, I hope that they answer some questions, because, I mean, if they don't, that's just, I don't want to say it's, oh boy, I'm dragging it a little bit. I don't want to say it's poor writing, but for original fans of the series and people who have been with the series for a long time, if they don't answer these questions and we don't get an explanation, yeah, it's like, okay, this all seems very disjointed and doesn't make sense.
Yeah, because now they have done that.
Who are they trying to appeal to? Old fans or new fans?
Both. You know, it's both. They're trying to do both.
They are. So I certainly hope we get some answers, and I certainly hope that we get them fairly early on in the game. They really have not shown us a lot of the game yet, and I'm hoping we'll get a little more.
It's probably intentional, because I don't even know how much they showed of Resident Evil 7 back then.
It was pretty vague. It was pretty vague. And,
like, you know, they mostly just showed the Baker part, I think.
In the horror, yes. In 7, for 7, they very much, like, a lot of what they showed was like, right up to the fight with Papa Baker. So, I mean, it's a horror game. They want to keep it vague. They want to keep a little bit of mystery. I respect that. But I am intrigued. I know I will be getting it so that I can play it, and I figure we'll probably play it for the channel. We'll either record it,
100%,
stream it, or you and Manny, because Manny is
100% Manny for 100% Manny.
You and Manny, RE is your thing, you know.
Oh, yeah, most likely I'll make Manny play it this time. I'll be like, you know what? I'm gonna beat it ahead of you, Manny, and yeah, you can play it, and he'll be like,
you know, for
no
a
way.
second there, I thought you said Little McManny.
Little McManny.
But the multiplayer, to touch up on that a second, the multiplayer, I have no idea what's going on in that. It looks almost Battle Royale like, but because it's Resident Evil, I'm willing to be like, all right, I'm ready to rock out. I'm ready to rock out with my Glock out. Let's go, baby.
Yo. Look, just the fact that like I finally get a game where I can play as Jack Baker. Like, all right.
Oh, dude, like all I saw was a glimpse of like Nemesis, like full on, like full blast to the face, and like point blank with the rocket launcher, and I'm just like, I gotta at least try this game. Like, come on, guys! Like, what is this multiplayer? It's like Operation Raccoon City. If Operation Raccoon City's multiplayer was more fun. That game was not made by Capcom. I can say that. They're probably mad at them too.
No, I mean, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. I thought I had something on to say, but I think I lost my train of thought. I just immediately started thinking back, Jack Baker and RE-verse. Like, dude, I can't think of anything else.
Yeah, like in terms of because like in the thing, like we can't like we can, like we were allowed to talk like Village's main focus, things like that. We were allowed to talk about that. We can't talk about much more beyond that, unfortunately, in this. Like we can keep it into Village, but I more so brought up the multiplayer because they brought up the multiplayer. All right, fair game. Don't tell me Village is the main focus, and then halfway through be like, yo, check out Reverse, and I'm like,
I mean, I think a lot of the community and a lot of the industry has seen this was like a Nintendo Direct. It's like, here's what we're going to talk about,
Direct.
But also we got some surprises in store, and it's like, ooh, what kind of surprises are they going to show us?
Yo, man, Killscreen, I'm with you though. The Outbreak, don't worry. One of these days, I'm gonna, I probably shouldn't say that on the stream. One of these days, maybe we'll play Outbreak Classic. It's gonna be cool. We'll never see. Good times. Maybe we'll go back in time and find a way, and we'll see it. Good times. One can hope that the multiplayer experience that Resident Evil Village and Capcom, the glorious Capcom, will provide is a supplement to such a fascinating and transcendent multiplayer experience. Those were certainly words that I used, and I know maybe about 3 of them. But you guys, I'd like to know from you guys, because if Manny, if anybody else. Yo, dude, that would be pretty rad. I actually would like that. More so RE too. But if anybody else has anything they want to say, like if you have any other lingering thoughts about Resident Evil Village, or like what you think's gonna happen in Resident Evil Village. Hey man, hold on, Gavin. I'm talking about like the chat and anybody, Gavin. I'll give you your moment. I'll give you your moment in a second, Gavin. If you guys have anything else you want to talk about, let it, speak your mind, man. Tell us what you think. Tell us anything else you'd like to say about Resident Evil Village, and we can, get that dialogue going for a brief moment longer, and then I can close this out, and maybe I'll start up another stream, and we'll, play some Resident Evil or something like that. Maybe I'll have to consider it. But yeah, if you got anything to say, Gavin, did you want to say something?
I was just saying, like, if chat didn't have anything to say, really all I got is I only
same, Manny.
I'm just kind of chilling out and just going like, all right, I'm interested in what I'm seeing. I like the getup. I like what Village is offering for the most part. It's just more questions, and I know I'm not gonna.
It's supposed to be.
Most of those questions answered until later on.
Like,
but, who knows? Maybe we'll figure out something when Jeremy picks up Maiden demo on his PS5,
and he's like, "Yo, guys, this is legit. Too bad you guys can't play it." And we're like, "I know where you live, dude. Don't make me."
He's gonna be like, "No, I've known where I live longer than you have."
It's the you bring up the questions, like there's questions. There's no real answers. Like you got so many things. Like we know more about what's going on. We still don't really know who the lady is exactly.
All I know is that she's tall, she's pretty,
and that Connor wants her to sit on him, and it's simple. This is the thing, and this is very interesting. And this is the thing that would basically anybody who might have been like lingering after Resident Evil 7, or it's like, it's all right, it's pretty good, yeah, is that when they showed the game, when Resident Evil Village was shown, it had these characters, and you're like, wait a minute, I know that face. I know that capture. And then Chris, good guy Chris, kicks in the door, walks up. All of a sudden, you hear like gunshots or something, and you're just like, what's going on? Ethan's screaming. He's crazy. He's got to go into this village and stuff's happening. But you see that the important part of that is that Chris is doing some bad juju things. Why?
But wait, there was actually something I wanted
Gavin,
to bring
hold
up
on.
real quick about that.
Gavin, hold on.
Did you notice,
Gavin,
when they had like the little, I don't exactly know what it was. They had like an arch that looked like it'd be similar to the cover for Village. But did you notice like it had Chris, but like half of his face was like werewolf. See that?
I'm not worried about that right now.
Okay, that was like,
No, I know. I'm trying to finish this because I'm trying to actually finish this thought.
All right, go ahead.
The thing about that, and Manny will probably agree to this, is what makes Resident Evil Village so playable, like wanting to play it, is to answer that question. Why? What's happening to Chris? A fan favorite character for most people, not all people, but most people, like Manny, a fan favorite character. All of a sudden, the stuff's happening. Why? Why did this character in that way? Of course, people are going to want to play this. Of course, people are going to want to know the answer. But are they going to reveal it? Are they going to show that many answers to the question before the game comes out? Heck no, man. We're not going to know a damn thing. We're not going to get anything from them. They're going to be like, yo, you got to find out. Pay us money. Dollar bills, y'all.
It's like that, trying to figure that out will more likely than not be like a selling, like an indirect selling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm always one for a good heel turn. I'm always one to have a good ha ha ha, I am a villain now, or even just having characters, their motivations change over time. I mean, you're talking to a guy that liked Luke Skywalker in The Last Jedi, so take that as you will. I'm always up for a good heel turn.
What?
As long as there's like justifiable, like a good narratively justifiable reason for it.
Well, that's what I mean, and that's what I was talking about before when I said that's going to be a hard thing to do because narratively it just makes no sense.
It's true. It's true.
Like that's what's so compelling to play it. I want to know why.
Everybody wants to know, Chris, why you being such a jerk.
Why are you like Chris?
Because and in a sense that's ingenious for them because Capcom's like hee we know you know that Chris isn't like this, so what's happening? Yo, what's going on? But the actual multiplayer, yeah, there's like you can play as so many characters. It seems like any model that they have for the game, you can just play as it. It's like some wacky, crazy arena shooting game. Not arena shooter, but just like like first thing's like you're in the RPD station shooting up the place. Think like Resident Evil 3 action.
Going to run off whatever has like the RE7 engine, so it's like all right, anything from RE7, RE2 remake, RE3 remake, just as long as they run in that same engine, like with a bit of a downgrade graphic because it's just a bunch of shit happening. Probably want to release it on as many platforms as possible, so that might be the case, but. Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. No, it's a good. Yeah.
Pause. Just read the chat there.
Pause to read chat.
Yeah, it was a very short clip. Like I was kind of just like freaking out, like, yo, man, you can play as Hunk, dude. Hunk's an option. If Tofu's an option, all the Tofus. Come on, dude.
No.
Give me all the Tofus. I'll be anybody that will tofu in it.
Well, then we got a little tie-in with Ubisoft and with the Division.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the Division part.
All right, I'll Hunk in the Division. That's cool.
Division? That's still around? Like,
right?
Like when Ubisoft came up, I was like, didn't they make something that wasn't as good with Resident Evil?
Yeah, no,
but I was like, it could be somebody else.
We're not talking about Capcom, so I'll drag Ubisoft a little bit. Like, is a partnership with the Division really something to advertise?
Well,
Yokes.
It's like it really just depends on like what sort of negotiations they're going to have with what other brands in order to do like that kind of collaboration. So if Ubisoft is willing to do something, it's like, all right, well,
Yo.
okay. It just all depends on those negotiations, and we probably
What if
won't
Sherry
really know
had a gun?
much. But if Sherry.
What if Leon got tired of Claire's crap and just decided
You can reenact that with Resident Evil Reverse.
Exactly.
With Verse Re, you can
Who would win in a
finally
fight?
deal with that
Nemesis
Claire.
or Jack B?
This is also very strange. No, sweetie, I wasn't talking about you.
No, baby, it's all right. It's cool.
My stepdaughter's name is Claire.
Oh, oops. Oops. No. Claire's fine. You know.
No.
It's Chris's sister. Come on.
Right. I mean, I don't know. The last Resident Evil multiplayer game.
Oh, what was that again?
It didn't happen.
It never happened.
It never happened.
It never existed. I don't know what I'm talking about. I must be going
I need
crazy.
to edit that video of it too, because somewhere at the end of it, I'm just like, yeah, I'm just done. And I just walk away. Gavin was there. He was a part of that video. I played it for an hour and never touched it again.
That never happened.
It never happened. In fact, I don't know what you're talking about. Capcom?
By a writer.
This conversation never happened. I don't know. Like,
what were we talking about?
Yeah, what? Manny, what? That is Manny.
What were we talking about? Something about
Manny, what? Okay, wait. I'm flying on the play offsides. Hold on. What was the kind of like about the Resistance part? Was it the card game aspect? I know people like card games. You used to like card games. What was the Resistance kind of part? Was it that you could play as Jill? Nemesis? Birkin? Give me your brain secrets.
It's a broken system.
Oh, well, I mean, like, it works in some regard. It's just that it for me, it wasn't the best. Oh, it was absolutely unbalanced.
Yeah.
Exactly, Manny. I agree with you on that. It is a fun concept. It is something that I appreciate. In a design aspect, I feel like it could have been executed better. I feel like there's things that definitely could have worked better. But and the thing is, I think we said the same thing too when we got into the beta for that game. I think we said the same exact thing. It's a fun concept if it's executed well.
It was not. Always Sunny in Philadelphia music playing in the background.
Do-ba-da-do-da-do. Yeah, boy. Yeah. All right, let me check something here. Chickadee, check yourself before you riggedy wreck yourself. How did I turn like a 20 or 30 minute thing into an hour and 18 minutes?
Because we wanted to have a good little discussion, and we haven't had a podcast in a while, so this was
basically. I was like, that was my idea after the thing, but I just never turned the stream off.
Didn't we record a podcast at one point, but we never put it out?
That wasn't with you guys though. That was with some other people.
No, I thought. Hey, Bobby.
I thought I recorded.
No. That never happened. It never happened.
That never happened.
Never happened. No, it actually never happened. All right, what's up, Gavin?
But I don't know. There was like something I thought of. I was like looking at some other things and like looking at like the release date for Resident Evil 8, and then looking at the actual anniversary for the Resident Evil series, which is like March 22.
Yeah. 3/22, 25.
Like, it's like no, there was something else I was looking at, like for another horror game play, and they were like, all right, should I like talk about this podcast or should I talk about this like after?
I've tried to adhere from making references to anything outside of Capcom too much. Just because that's just my thing. Yeah, that's why we got to keep it mostly Resident Evil in the event someone does get through this and they're like,
I'll talk a little bit about it, like Telegram or something.
yeah, even that's the best place to go for it. And I can probably just wrap this up here in just a moment. If anybody's got any final thoughts, Manny, when you get the chance, check it out. If you want to talk about it later, we can. After you see it, just to see how it goes. There was some fun mechanics. You can actually do like a counter now, I think. Actually, now I think about it. It seems when you block with Ethan's block, it actually like does a counter and he kicks back. So I mean, there's a little bit of Joe in him somewhere, Manny.
Off of their hands.
There's no spirit sword, but I mean, it's Joe in his foot.
Right. I mean, my final thought is still, I'm still intrigued by the game. It looks interesting. They really didn't. They showed a little bit of visually what it's going to look like and showed brief snippets of gameplay, but they really didn't show much. I wish they had.
Yo, Joe.
But I liked what they did show us, and yeah, I'm still going to be getting it when it comes out.
Yeah. I mean, I think a good chunk of us, like, no matter what was going to happen with this game, and I'm not bad-mouthing it, but no matter what would have happened, I would have gotten this game because I love Resident Evil, and I'll play it even if it's however it turns out. I don't want to use words, but, you know, however it would have turned out, like, it's looking good, it's looking intriguing, like, as you say, but however it would have turned out, I would have gotten this game because I'm just that big of a fan of Resident Evil, and I would have played it start to finish, and, you know, did exactly what I did with Resident Evil 7 at the end of the credits and been like, never again. it's not happening. Never again. And Manny was there and he can attest to that. And I was just like, yeah.
It happened.
And it's partially Manny's fault. And Manny can tell you that too. It was his fault. He didn't tell me a damn thing other than you should have used all those shotgun shells. Oops. Didn't I tell you about, you know, the 50 other things I should have told you about? Oh, well, what's up, dude? Yeah. All right. I think we've got it.
What we want to call it?
Yeah, we'll call it there. Yeah, I'm going to turn this light on. Yo, my boys! I'm lit up and all that jazz. Hey!
Well,
so,
everybody who came by, who's still here, thanks for stopping in. Really appreciate you guys coming and joining us for this.
It was fun.
Yeah. So I got a little ranty in places, but I hope you still had fun with the conversation and got to put some input into it.
I mean, isn't that us? We find a topic and rant about it.
Yes.
I mean, yeah.
100%. But I love Resident Evil. That's my jam. That's where it's at. But yeah. So anything, if anybody sees this, if Capcom sees it, thank you for the fun opportunity here. And if anybody else sees this, you know, look in the descriptions of the video or check out, you know, the actual website for Resident Evil Village. You can also go to Capcom USA, something like that is. I shouldn't say it like that, but I believe it's Capcom USA is the Twitch handle. You know, check out things there to be up to date and get all your information and things like that. And definitely check it out on Steam, PS4 or PS5, Xbox Series X now as well too. All these great things and great opportunities to play it. It'll be wonderful. And yeah.
Yes.
So thank you guys again very much for joining. What?
Also, don't forget, just while we're here, check out our YouTube channel. We got a lot of fun gaming videos.
I just wanted to be careful about that. I wasn't sure if that was a rule or not, so I didn't want to risk it. But hey, you did, and I'm glad you did, buddy. But hey, to keep it on topic, we have Resident Evil. As Manny says, this is the bona fide Resident Evil channel, and we're covering the whole series, start to finish, minus, you know, Gaiden. Like, that's never happening. So yeah, you can check out those videos if you want to keep up with the Resident Evil stuff and see the kind of shenanigans we get into across the series. So thank you guys again very much, and I will see you guys, you know, whenever. Maybe at Resident Evil Village. Maybe with Connor.
See you at the village.
Ooh.